Testing, testing. Am I live? Can people hear me? Can I get a chat reply in chat if my voice is audible? Just going to keep talking. Just going to keep prattling away. I'm glad there's 4 minutes of dead time at the start of this video. It's good. It's a good start. SOMA sounds very spooky. Nothing? Anybody? Hello? Yes? Oh, yep, cool. All right, brilliant. Okay, well, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, or I should say people of all genders, shapes, sizes, creeds, and preferences of pizza. My name is Ryan Morrison, and I am currently doing a PhD on both science fiction and artificial intelligence. So I thought what I would do is explore some science fiction games online via streaming and talk shop while I do it. I'd just like to straight away say that I'm not an expert, but I am somebody who is doing a lot of research and trying to learn as much as possible. So do take my opinions with a grain of salt to some degree. But yeah, this is me sort of exploring the space. And yeah, if you want to watch a PhD student play a scary game, well, here you are. All right, so boom, let's start. Yes. If people could tell me if there are problems with sound levels, that would be good as well. Because there may not be.
Are you okay, Simon? I think you're bleeding.
Oh, that's nothing. It's just my brain can't stop bleeding from the accident.
Here, take this.
No, that's for later, for the scan.
It's green.
Ashley, I need to tell you something.
Simon, please don't make this weird.
No, it's not like that. Why now?
Who's David Munchie?
Why is there never enough time?
For what?
Scary.
Christ. Yeah, I'm up.
Hi, Simon Jarrett?
Yeah, that's me.
My name is David Munchie. We spoke earlier.
The brain scan. I remember.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling. I wanted to remind you to drink the tracer fluid I sent you. It'll help me capture a better image of the damages.
Don't worry, I got it somewhere.
Okay, great. Well, see you in a couple of hours then.
Okay, see you soon.
Justin McJustin, thank you for letting me know the amount of time delay between stream and chat. 15 seconds sounds about okay. I've heard other streamers mention, between a 10 and 15 second delay. So that's not too bad. It could be worse. Yeah, where did I put the tracer fluid? So this appears to be my apartment. I appear to be Simon Jarrett. Okay. Oh, nope, that's not correct. There we go.
Summer's coming. Hope it's a good one.
It is a pretty game.
Come on,
yeah,
radioactive tracer fluid, where are you?
I relate to having bad internet, being an Australian man. So, oh, okay, so if I hit that button as well, I get extra text. Excellent. So, what we have so far is, how do I put it down? Ah, okay, cool. That was very confusing. Really read that. Blah. All right. So we're already starting with ambiguities about the brain. We've already had a dream that was sort of part memory, part dream, which is not uncommon for that sort of thing, I suppose, certainly narratively. The tracer fluid being red in the dream, but green stated in the... Yeah, it was stated as being green. That's interesting. Once I find the tracer fluid, that will be cool. This appears to be a shower. Excellent, excellent. All right. A book. A book with a brain on it. All right. Widely praised as one of the most comprehensive yet accessible texts about the anatomy of the human brain, its function, and our perception of consciousness. Find out how your brain is dependent on its body, why the brain is simply not a computer, excellent, good call, and a multitude of other interesting facts that will make your head spin. This edition also includes 2 new chapters about the development of the brain and how it affects our behaviour in different stages of our lives. Interesting. It does make me wonder what their take on consciousness is going to be, being a wacky sci-fi, I mean I say wacky, but you know, being a sci-fi text that plays with consciousness, it's no doubt going to contradict some of the things that I have read this year, but we'll get to that when that happens. That is a weird thing to keep as a photo. That's weird. Okay, so I think that's the dead girl. Guessing tracer fluid. Okay, so I'm sensing a preoccupation with the sea. That is notable. Actually, can I pick this up? No. All right, cool. What are you? From David Munchie, subject, neurograph session, date 30th of April 2015. Thank you again for participating in our research. The scan will be performed at the Pace Laboratories in Toronto, but since we are guests, our access is a bit unpredictable. I will try to schedule a scan session for Saturday. I'll get back to you when you are confirmed. Sincerely, David Munchie. Okay. Your prescription from Dr. Erin Peake. We saw that on the form. New prescription, blah, blah, blah. Dear Mr. Jarrett, I'm happy to hear your headaches have become less frequent. Okay, so there are headaches. Your latest tests show your brain is slowly recovering, but it's still too early to tell how well it will adjust to the damage. The bleeding will continue over the coming months at least, and you will need to come to the hospital a few times to drain the cavity and prevent the blood from building up pressure. That's very positive. Since excess stress could be fatal, okay, I have written you a prescription for prazosin to help you with your nightmares. Please read the instructions and medicate accordingly. Try to get a lot of rest, and I'll see you next week. Okay, so there's brain damage. There's brain damage going on. Hi, Jesse. Since you probably forgot, here's me reminding you.
Forgot to hit send. Does it matter? I already told him about it.
Aha, I didn't send this. Okay. So this was meant to be to Jesse. Since you probably forgot, here's me reminding you that I've got the doctor's appointment tomorrow. I am not coming into work. This means you need to make sure you're actually on time to open up the store, and please unpack the boxes behind the counter. They're starting to become a workplace hazard. Also, books tend to sell much better if they're put on shelves where people are actually able to see them. Good luck, you'll need it, Simon. Bit snarky, but... Oh, you're not a fan of the book, Justin McJustin? Oh! Oh my, okay, cool. I am very athletic.
Hey Simon, it's Jesse. You working this weekend or what?
No.
I knew there was something you were doing. Was it this weekend or next?
Yeah, my brain's broken, man.
Anywho, just shoot me a mail or something. Love you, miss you, mean it.
End of messages.
I swear, that guy has the memory of a goldfish.
Well, I got the email off. He must have caught up by now.
Fun fact, goldfishes actually have better memory than people assume. Can I? No? Can't do anything there? Okay, cool. I was just going to turn everything off. 4 kicks. It's here, isn't it? No? Okay. Crouch down. Oh. Cool. I'm just gonna trash the place. La la la. We'll get to something cool in a minute, I'm sure. Oh. Oh my. Max and Diana Miller has finally... What? Mark and Diana Miller has finally caught a... They've managed to save up enough money to take the family on that vacation to Hawaii they've been talking about for so long, but as the sun sets over Waikiki Beach that first day, Mark and Diana's paradise turns into a nightmare as swimmers are caught in thousands of thin strings stretching from somewhere below the waves. Slowly, swimmers are pulled screaming into the dark water. Desperate to get out of harm's way, their 7-year-old son Charlie is caught by the vicious tendrils. Suspenseful, mystical, and absolutely terrifying. Hooked will pull you in. Okay. So I'm starting to sense a preoccupation. See, this is the interesting thing, because we're looking at a guy's brain. Like this game is going to be about his brain. the fact that he has photos of the sea up there and he has a horror book in his bottom drawer that talks about the sea, is it meant to be thematic coincidence? So is it a narrative choice in that sense? Or is it meant to be, you know, will this game become a weird thing where it's... Oh. Sorry. Tech troubles. Yeah, is this game going to be... I mean, I don't want it to be, was it all a dream? I certainly, you know, I don't imagine that would be very cool. But, I mean, it might be cool. Who knows? Sometimes when you do a trope right, it's cool and good. Oh, okay. What has this got to do with the sea or brains? Massive recoil. John Hugh is a corrupt cop working in Hong Kong. One day his life is turned upside down as he meets Amber, a mysterious foreigner who is kept prisoner by the Golden Dragon Triad. Get ready to go rogue, for it's time to go against the Triad, the police, and the supernatural forces of the underground. Get ready for massive recoil. I hope this has nothing to do with the game. But if you've got a brain injury, I'm sure that movie's great. I'm sure it's fucking fantastic. Nothing good there. It's in the fridge, isn't it?
Nothing but fast food.
Oh.
I should buy something healthier on my way home.
You're right, there is nothing but fast food. Yeah, I'm not seeing any trace of fluid. So I'm just gonna... Does that say the paste? It's just... Is it a box of paste? Wow. Alright, cool. Well, in an attempt to roleplay someone with a debilitating brain injury, I'm just going to leave the fridge open. I'm just going to walk away. No, boring clothes. Boring clothes. Oh, hello, place of old. My apologies for not acknowledging your existence earlier. Hello, welcome, welcome. Here we go. Downtown accident kills young woman. Friday, April 10th, 2015. Okay, so it's relatively recent in terms of current time. Today being the 19th of December, 2016. Toronto. Yesterday, a driver distracted by her children ran a red light, causing her to blindside a car in the intersection of Bloor Street and Spadina Road. Those are terrible road names. The mother and her children, travelling in a robust SUV, were left bruised but largely unharmed. The other party was less lucky as the car crashed into the passenger side. Ashley Hall, 23, sustained devastating damage and suffocated from blood trapped in her lungs before the ambulance arrived. So she drowned. Her friend and driver, Simon Jarrett, 26, survived, but with complicated results believed to leave him with permanent brain damage, and being the protagonist in a horror game. The driver of the SUV, whose name has not been released by police, claims it was an accident and practically unavoidable. Aw, it was not my intention to to make anyone in chat cry, but you know, such is life, I suppose. Oh, more horror. Summer blockbusters. Japanimation bigger than ever. Stunts versus CG. More massive recoil. I mean, this could just be, you know, fun stuff to put in for kicks, he said as he threw meaningless objects around. I'm seriously, like, where the fuck is this fluid? I mean, I was sort of, you know, trying to ease my way into this process, but now I genuinely want to know where the trace of fluid is. Yeah, so am I in a coma and dreaming of this? I don't know, actually. It's possible that this part, you know, is the dream or is the coma. It's possible. I will admit, I've seen some of this game already. I've seen maybe the first hour and a half streamed by somebody else. And it was great. It was a great experience to watch and, you know, and to see. And this is why I wanted to get into it, particularly because it asked a lot of questions. So yeah, it's possible that what's happening right now isn't real. It's possible what happens later isn't real. I would like to know if they're both real, because that also answers or asks some interesting questions and answers some others. Yeah, we'll push on and we'll find out. I'll try and get things a bit quicker. Okay, this is red. So this is a red trace of fluid, and in the dream it was mentioned as being green. So if that's important, no, it's just the use key. Okay, cool. All right.
Feels like milk, but the taste. It's like sucking on a penny.
Oh, strangely evocative. Cool. Alright. Anything... What are you? Oh, mail. Can I open the mail? No? No? Okay. That's fine. I don't need it. I think I have looked at everything of value. Oh, to do... Remind Jesse, pick up meds, flowers for funeral. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's drunk, guys. It done got drunk. Yeah. Yeah, anything you warn me not to do, and this is a horror game, so there's going to be a lot of that, I will have already done it or not done it, so yeah. I don't think it would have let me leave until I drunk it, sadly. Yep, here we go. Alright. The game continues. Justin is a terrible influence, but, to be fair, he got that from me. Oh, a train. I literally can't get up. I'm stuck in place. Oh. Oh, it's Jesse. Jesse.
Jesse.
Hey, Simon. I got your email. Just wanted to wish you good luck and let you know I got you covered.
Thanks. I should be able to come to the store after the scan.
Don't sweat it. I got Matt and Chris helping me out.
Maddie from SNL?
Guess you didn't hear? He's coming in full time, working the comic section.
That's Ashley's
Yes,
job.
Justin, it's a train. Well done.
You know,
Forget it. Not doing her any favors by leaving an empty spot. Not like she's coming back.
Yeah, because she's dead.
good luck. Hope they find a way to reverse the whole, dying.
Oh, so it's fatal.
Dying thing? You're the worst support ever.
I have fatal brain
What did I
damage.
say?
I'll see you later, Jesse. Don't burn the place down while I'm gone.
Over and out, buddy.
Okay, so friendly relationship with Jesse. Can't interact with anything. I wonder if that background dialogue was, foreboding or relevant. But, I mean, if it was truly relevant, it would have come up in the subtitles, I suppose. Justin, if it helps, there will be more trains. There will be more trains in this game, I can promise you that. Ooh.
Hello? Dr. Munchie?
Guys, I've encountered my first dark room.
Where is everyone? Thought this place would be busy.
So this appears to be the brain hospital. This appears to be a terrifying clown. Let's just crack these open. Let's just test the interactables. This is aggressively Canada. They want you to know right away. Teen chat rooms, yes. Yeah. You dodged a bullet. You dodged a bullet. I like the detail. I like the detail on the glass. Bit of ruin there. Nice light. Okay, so I'm just behind somebody's desk now. I'm just... okay.
This is the place, right? It must be.
Look, I'll take your word for it.
Let's just call Munchie real quick. Great. Got his phone turned off.
Man, Munchie.
That's okay. I can figure this out.
Okay, my first puzzle. Let me just leap around the room a bit. Work those legs. Alright. So, are you just more... No? Okay. Seriously? Alright. If it helps, I don't think it's a clown-based game. So, place of old, I feel you. Clowns are problematic, they're an issue, but, yeah. And hello, Natalie Rose. Natalie Rose. Hello. Plenty of pages. Plenty of things. Okay, so clearly it's computer time. Alright, scan now from David Munchie. Subject, scan now. Date 2nd of May, 2015. Paul, where are you? We've got a few hours. I got a hold of Simon Jarrett. Let's do this. I saw your laptop in the reception. Are you already here? Call me SAP. Okay, so David is waiting for Paul. And this is after I got called. Get your stuff ready. David Munchie, blah blah blah. Hi Paul, talked to Pace about using Lab this week. I have managed to book the scanner for tomorrow morning and again on Friday. It's not a lot, but they said we could use the empty reception area as a kind of office. It would allow us to use their computers to run models, and also if a time slot opens up, we can get in there and use the scanner rig right away. I thought we could run some tests tomorrow. We could do a scan of each other to learn the equipment. It's supposed to be pretty easy. On Friday, I'm hoping Dr. Erin Peake will send somebody over. She has a patient that was recently in a car crash. Should be interesting. That's me. Okay. Okay. Place of old. If you did genuinely see a random spider, I feel for you. I really do. I really do. But you're not me, and that's pretty good because I don't like spiders. David Munchie, subject, we're locked out 30 April 2015. I found some extra time in the lab today. Unfortunately, nobody told us about the code change, so I called security, talked to Professor Way, to have him vouch for our project, and finally got a hold of some honcho over at Pace's legal department that could re-grant us permission to use the lab. I'm not allowed to repeat the code in mails or texts. Good call. But I'll leave a note or something in case we forget. Okay, so we're playing Find the Note. What if I crouch? Just not jump, crouch. I'm not used to the X key being something so physical. It's normally, you know, X to do a thing, and this is, you know, X to leap around. All right, is it going to be? Oh, hello. Graphica, Nakajima, page 56, moment def, tweak for right length, 2030 amp blurry, possibly improved. Okay, so I'm not meant to understand any of that, I presume. Like I said, I know stuff about AI, but that's from reading books. Oh, trial and error. Yeah, so just to be clear, I don't have a formal background in science. I have an interest in science. I was raised to think scientifically in a general sense, but I, you know, have about as much true scientific knowledge as, you know, someone who did science in high school. Most of my work has been in literature, either science or things like that. So hopefully that's what I can bring to this game. Okay, so Sci News, trial and error, put your scalpel away, the brain can heal itself. The brain has an amazing transformative quality, a plasticity that allows it to compensate and even heal itself, explains Paul Berg, a graduate student in neuroscience at York University in Toronto. It is this quality that Berg and his colleague, David Munchie, a student of computer science, are hoping to encourage. It's about getting the brain to do the right thing, and we hope to accomplish this with simple things like exercise, therapy, and light medication. It's about getting the brain to do the right thing. But Munchie and Berg are not looking for a miraculous panacea. It's about finding the optimal treatment for each patient. They start out recording something called a Nakajima neurograph. Okay, so that was from the other page. It's like a picture that indicates direction, says Munchie. Instead of a static brain scan, the neurograph can tell us where your brain is going. Okay, so that's interesting. Damaged brain scan to produce computer model. Numerous tests conducted on model without risk. Perfected treatment is then applied on patient. Okay, so it's sort of they run the brain so that they can simulate a healing process. Okay. Oh, here we go. It's not long forecast, it's about milliseconds. It's not a long forecast, it's about milliseconds, but with the right computer model, Berg and Munchie can then administer all kinds of treatments without risking actual harm to the real brain. We could try giving your brain an overdose of painkillers while running a marathon, suggests Berg. It's just a computer model. We're able to fail treating you 1,000,000 times over only to find the right way. Interesting. And when they do find that optimal treatment, that's when they apply it to the real patient. It's still in the early stages, but their project has caught the attention of Pace Laboratories, who has promised to assist them with both equipment and workspace. We are very fortunate to get all this support, says Berg. Now we just need to get out of the limelight and actually do the work. Interesting. I agree, Justin. Tungsten is a great magazine name. Oh, I apologise, Nat. I was not aware the mobile app sucked. That sucks. I apologise. Bugger. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just quickly talk some theory. What I'm getting from this magazine specifically, which I'll pick up again. Basically, what they appear to be saying is that the brain is computable. So they have found a way to map... I mean, maybe it's not a perfect fine-grained model of the brain. Maybe it doesn't actually like map everything within that space, similar to sort of, you know, miniature Laplace's demon, I suppose. But what they're trying to say is that it is possible to model and simulate, or they're proposing to model and simulate changes in the brain in a way that would be similar or similar enough physiologically to a real person, which scientifically is huge. This is being played off in a magazine, but that's actually massive. Yeah, what they're proposing to do here is pretty big news. But that really well sets the groundwork for what the game is trying to say. Yeah, that's interesting. Nat, my brain isn't computable. Yeah, you might be right in more ways than you realize. But we will see. That only need to map the areas of damage, right? True, but if what they're talking about is the progression of treatment, they need to know the progression from damage to healthy, and to do that they need to be 100%, or at least they're proposing to be, and maybe not 100%, maybe what they're looking at is, within a certain scope of potentiality. No, horror typing's fine, that's fine. Yeah, so for them to take a brain from a damaged state to a healthy state requires knowledge of both states, the passage between, and what they would need to do to accomplish this. And if they're saying that they model that process first, what they're claiming is that they understand that process, or maybe they will come to understand that process through modeling. But yeah, they're certainly pitching it like it's something they can just do. And hey, to be fair, perfected treatment is a worrying phrase, good point. And yeah, to be fair to Simon Jarrett, the person I'm now playing, I have a fatal brain injury. I'm dying because of pressure in the brain. I don't have a lot to lose, and I've already lost the woman I love, it seems. So, especially in an article called Trial and Error, yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just interesting to note that this is the scientific bedrock that the game is based on. What's even more interesting is that was written on a magazine in a drawer that I wasn't necessarily going to open. Maybe I was. Maybe it was going to happen no matter what, but just throwing books around now. Okay, I'm going to trash the place a bit. See what happens. Is this just an endless font of books? No. Alright. Yeah, that is interesting to me that they don't frontline it there. It's possible it's going to be frontlined elsewhere. Is there a note in the trash that I should be... Oh. Sidebar, the beast has abandoned the stream and come hang out with me. That's okay. So my cat, or the house cat, our cat, has decided not to spend time with me. Could they? Because every brain is wired differently through the way we learn. So even if they could map one brain, the treatment wouldn't be the same. Exactly correct. So yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I presume that's true. I mean, we talk about parts of the brain doing specific things. So at the moment, from what I'm aware of neurology and whatnot, they know regions, they know countries and whatnot. Not countries. Thinking of the amygdala as its own state. No, we don't know nothing about the brain, but we sure as hell do not know everything. And yeah, the way this is pitched, it feels like they're saying they know it all. I am genuinely lost. So I'm looking for a code, right? Let me just jump around some more. Apologies for being bad at video game. Leave a note or something in case we forget. So presumably there's just a note somewhere. And I've just missed it. Presumably it's for that keypad. Okay. This doesn't feel like the space you would leave a note, This isn't calling out to me as a viable space. But I feel like I've turned over this office area. So that's a bit disconcerting. This isn't a box related. No, okay, it's not a box puzzle. Time to crate, between 5 and 10 minutes. Is that a piece of paper down there? Am I meant to be crawling under the desk right now? Does it teach me something about hiding? Is that seriously it? Can I just not select it? Because I don't have fine motor skills? Alright. And I can't interact with this paper, by the way. This paper is non-interactable. Or... am I meant to be turning on the larger PC? Is that it? Yes? No? No, that's still just the jump button. Yeah, I can't find this note. Well, that's embarrassing. Kind of reminds me of Memento. Is there a door by the door? No, that's just poorly painted wall space.
Dr. Munchie? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, there is a Memento vibe, certainly narratively. The interesting thing about Memento is that whole process of being the viewer living through an experience set backwards, whereas this, we have to be put through the experience, you know, in a not in a forthright way, but we have to react to the information we're given. It would be great if this did a Memento kind of thing. I would love to see how a game would pull that off. Justin, hard to tell if this is A, set long enough in the future that they are supposed to genuinely have mapped the brain, or set in a... well, it's saying 2015, so what they're saying is current time, better science. Or worse science. Maybe they're quacks. Maybe this entire game is about a pair of quacks who decided to root around in a dying man's brain. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool, guys? Okay, you know what? Emails or texts. Can I close? Can I get out of this? Can I get out of... Nope, I can't. Okay, so I can't close this. It's not like it's a note, like notepad on the desktop. Wow, this is actually frustrating. I bet, you know, anybody who watches this later who has played this game will be very mad at me. Was it here? Did I miss a... Oh, son of a bitch. It's right there. 2501. 2501. All right. Yeah, so X is still the action button, but X is the jump button in game. Like when I'm moving around. Okay. Oh, so now I know how to roam in here. James G? Interesting. This could be... That could be a Memento reference, actually. James G, John G. Okay. That's kind of cool if it is. This is why you keep password secure, guys. Yeah. I mean, the old password puzzle is just a scathing indictment of, you know, security. I've seen people have terrible practices with passwords in the workplace, so, you know, that's fine. I might turn the light on in this spooky room. Man, I am not good at... This is going to be bad later. I'm glad there's no guns in this game, because I'm going to be inaccurate, guys. Okay. I'm seeing brains. Seeing brains aplenty. That liner was in every primary school. Yeah. Yeah, I can confirm the familiarity of this liner. Yeah. So anybody who, you know, is watching and is interested, Justin has just doxed himself. His new Twitch password is 2501. I don't know what you would do with it. I don't know any horrible areas you could send him to on Twitch, and I doubt he's attached his credit card. All right, let's just progress the game, shall we? I mean, there's a lot of brain stuff going on here. I'm going to presume that this is just meant to inform me, the player, that they do know about the brain. If they're quacks, they're pretty well set up quacks, and they know more than I do. Also, obviously, I don't have a medical degree, so I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go the wrong way, apparently. All right. Okay. I dare say it's narrative time, guys.
Oh, hi. Didn't hear you come in. Simon Jarrett, right?
Dr. Munchie?
Well, it's just Mr. Munchie, but I'm working on it. Actually, you're helping me right now.
Is this part of your thesis work?
Yeah, it's a study I'm doing with my colleague Paul Berg. We hope to design a gentle way to work with brain reconstruction, to help people like you.
Gentle way.
Did you take the tracer fluid?
Yes, I did.
The tracer fluid.
Well, we can start whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Okay, so they're evoking a lot of other scans that require you to drink, you know, like, is it barium? I feel like barium is a thing, or yeah, radioactive isotopes. You know, the normal stuff you ingest when it comes to having your shit checked out. Yeah, okay, a lot of stuff going on.
Please have a seat.
He doesn't have a goatee. Oh man, is it the same person? Am I being scammed right now? This is a weird office. Like, they're sort of taking up somebody else's space and using somebody else's tech, right? Yeah, glass houses, Justin. Glass houses. Oh.
All right, let me just get this out of the way. You are Simon Jarrett, correct?
Right.
Toronto, Canada. Munchie. Born 1988, July 16th.
Right.
88. Wow. Younger than I am.
Good. All files in order.
Will this hurt?
It's just a scan. It'll hurt about as much as getting your picture taken.
Indians thought cameras would steal their souls.
So,
Did they?
well,
Did they
let's hope
actually?
they're wrong.
Is that one of those things?
Ready?
I kind of worry that's
Say
one of those
cheese.
things. Oh. All right, here we go. Yeah, that took half an hour, guys. That took half an hour. Most players would do that in about 2 minutes, I'm sure. Oh, I'm getting some great haptic feedback on the controller, guys. I'm getting some rumble here. This is good.
Hello?
Oh,
Mr. Munchie?
Here
Did
we go,
something
guys.
go wrong?
here we go. Okay. All right. So
This
that was...
isn't funny.
Yeah, it's not funny. This is great. Okay. So, that is not the
I'm
same
not
chair.
supposed to put myself in...
In stressful situations, because it will kill you. That appears to be the same helmet. I'm not going to lie.
This is
I
kind of
didn't,
stressing me out.
didn't pay enough attention. Was that a T-Rex? Was that a T-Rex?
Hey! Anyone?
Dude. Okay, I'm walking a bit weird. Okay, I think I've got the hang of the walking now. Is that a light? I'm gonna try it. No. It's a noisy game, or noisy in the sense that I can hear my body movements a lot. I'm guessing that's for the horror. I'm guessing that's a scary thing. Okay, we're seeing a lot of tech. I'm being needlessly expository, of course. I have in fact seen this part, but yeah, I wanna make clear. What's going on? All right, I mean, to be fair, I wanted to make clear what was going on, and then I couldn't find the damn... What's it? Okay, can I throw this? Is there something I can throw? Can I... Nope, that's glass. It's very dark glass. Can I throw anything? Is there anything to throw? Oh, here we go. Oh, I can't turn it. I just have to... Okay, how do I use things? Okay, I can pick it up with this, but I can't... Is there a throw button? No, I can crouch, I can jump. No. Wow, okay. Okay, cool, yeah. I'm glad that listening is the... Oh, wow, so it's now caught in the world geometry. Am I just boned now? Can I just never get out? Guys, I think I'm trapped. Oh, no. No, come on, man. No! Oh! Oh.
Who is this place? How did I get here?
Well, on the plus side, I turned on the light. On the downside, I genuinely think I'm trapped in this room. That's not going to budge, eh? Oh, no. Alright, well, let's do a proper tour. Let's actually look at some stuff. Okay. Yeah, stressful for a brain injury, dude? Yeah, I think this is a... Well, yeah, I mean... So if you look at the idea of, creating a relatable protagonist, Simon Jarrett, the everyman, they've gone for a Western white male, presumably, heteronormative. We have... we don't have full data on that. We know he was interested in a woman and she died, which I'm saddened to say is just the most common video trope known to man. But yeah, they've inserted this in a very common chair. Oh, Steam dropped out. Stream dropped out and I have to watch the whole ad. See you on the... Oh. Oh dear. I'm sorry, Justin. Yeah, but adding the element of a physiological condition that means that the character isn't meant to be stressed. So he's going to react possibly in a sort of hyper-real way, so as opposed to being just normally scared, he might sort of go overboard scared, which, being the scared person as the player, that might actually amp it up. I can see that being a sort of clever way to do things. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that as a tool. Okay, Pathos 2 Service Console. Insert Omni-Tool to access. So, presuming that's the Omni-Tool port, and presuming we're on Pathos 2. Women in fridges. Oh, is that a reference to the dead women trope? Toolbox. Oh. Hello? No toolbox? Can't access toolbox? Okay. Service Console Omni-Tool Chip Installer. Build, shape, and optimize your Omni-Tool with fully customized tools and assistance. Oh, does this game have upgrades? Is this going to be a... I'm kind of hoping this doesn't have an RPG element where I have to sort of, you know, upgrade my... Here we go. There's a chair. Well, it made spooky noises when I... Did I even try this? Okay, yeah, cool. That would have made me feel a bit daft. Alright. Okay, press X to jump. Through broken glass. Alright. Okay, this is genuinely spooky. Alright. So I'm happy to take guesses where we are and what's going on. Because this is some interesting stuff. Pneumatic seal. Oh wow. So that just falls right off, huh? Is that gonna clank? Or is it just... Oh, alright, you can... No, it does clank. Sort of. I can just walk right through it? Alright, cool. Okay. So there's blood, there's tendrils. If you recall, he was reading a book, or had read a book that included tendrils. Stepped out for a second, now we're in space. Yeah, so there's a real spaceship vibe here, right? And we've got tendrils and blood. This door was pneumatically sealed from the outside, and I was in that chair, and I just woke up. So we'll piece together what goes on next. Reference to hentai. Classy. Saving. Okay, I literally got stopped there. Okay, so this has autosave. I'm not surprised. Being a horror game, I probably can't save scum it, and that's for the best. Okay. Thermal plant, break room, observation tower, observation tunnel, security, tech depot. So wherever we are in a place that has observation areas. So, you know, we're seeing scientific equipment, we're seeing observation spots, you know. Robot dock. Alright. So we have robots. Not gonna lie, this is one of the reasons we're playing this game, is because robots are a thing. Okay, pneumatic seal. What is the game doing to project the experience of having brain damage? Just making the POV confused by withholding information? Yeah, I think so. So, I have full range of motion. I can run, I can jump. He's been responding to things very cleanly. You know, conversationally, he's been just dandy so far. They've been joking about the problem, but they haven't been really representing it yet. But to be fair, when he gets stressed, things are supposed to get worse. So when they actually introduce proper stress, when I encounter things in this game that are genuinely meant to scare me, there will be, hopefully, some changes to the player in that sense. All right. Yeah, there's a bit of a disconnect for me because RT is the use button unless I'm up close with something, and then X is the use button. It's just a bit odd. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit odd, and I don't love it because it means I'm not pushing the right button at the right time. Oh. Okay, you guys are seeing that, right? So that's that sort of static wobbling back and forth. Let me close this door. I've walked in here, and for a moment there... Yeah, here we go. So, but here's the important question. So, if this is meant to be representing brain damage of a physiological sense within a human being, this looks like static, right? Okay, and we've got some lights going on here on the tendrils. Yeah. So... A95 worker, I'm presuming that's that? Okay. Whoa. And my heart is beating in my ears. Do you hear that? You hear the heartbeat? Yeah, okay. So, let me try the use key. No. Let me try the X key. Nope, that's just jump. Okay, but this place is just screwing me up. Synapses. Yeah, sure. I mean, it could be any number of things, but as far as I know, there have yet to be any physiological human conditions that give visual artifacts that are similar to the technological artifacts that we get when there's problems with a signal to a screen. Things like this, or problems with processing or what have you. Processing in a computational sense, not in a biological sense. But yeah, I mean, you know, it could be a synaptic problem. Okay, so I'm curious what's actually triggering it. It appears to be the bots, and it's not just looking at them, it's literally being close to them. Okay. See, that's interesting, because what that says to me is a kind of like a magnetic field, right? Which again, you know, should that affect the human brain in that way? That's a very relevant question. Okay, so you see that with the cursor? So right now in the middle we've got a little dot. When I move closer, it turns to a circle. If we look at the other robots, yeah, okay, so I'm going to have to interact with this robot. I'm just going to check these other ones. I'm just going to run. Just going to run for my life. Nope. Oh, yeah, look at that. Wait, is it reacting to the... Okay. Crafty is asking either a lazy shorthand for human visual distortion or a clever metaphor. Indeed, it could be either, right? It could be either. There's these tendrils. If they're biological and this is a mechanical entity, what we're seeing is visually a blending of the mechanical and the biological. So, you know, maybe there's something to that. But no, it's not quite proximity to the tendrils, but it's definitely proximity to the robots with the tendrils. But you note that this robot over here, these ones are fine. This one is fine. This one is infected, but not giving me signals. Okay. No, the tubes and lights look like... Oh, tubes and lights look like synapses. I'm wondering if you're exploring a literal representation of your character's brain. Ah, that is a very good point. Yeah, perhaps. So, I mean, this is a very relevant question. Are we right now in the middle of the model that Munchie and the other, you know, goateed or non-goateed man had set up for me? Yeah, this could be the game. The game could be me fixing Simon Jarrett's brain. That is a very real point. All right, let's connect with the robot.
Hey, you. Can you talk? Can you talk like the others? Why are you like this? You want some structure, Joe? Yeah, you do. So weird. Doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna shut you down now, okay? Yeah, you're creepy as hell, so I'm gonna shut you down.
How did I do that?
How did you do that? Oh! Bang. Okay, heartbeat. They're going for spook. Just gonna tuck into this corner. Just gonna tuck in here real neat. Man, those noises are just not letting up. Oh, wait, are they? Yes, no? Okay. Heart beating again. Just going to tuck in here. I'm actually going to turn that volume down a bit because I'm having to sort of talk over myself a little, or talk over the game. Yeah, so I'd just like to talk briefly about that conversation that I just had, or the conversation that I overheard a woman having with the robot. And that's very interesting to me because, well, let's see what the robot said, or what she said. She said that can you talk like the others? And there were some machine noises. It didn't seem like a sort of back and forth dialogue, so that's interesting. Structure gel, do you want structure gel like the others? So that's clearly a plot point. Yeah, and you're creepy as hell, so, you know, can I relive it?
Hey, you.
Yeah, okay.
Talk?
So I can insert myself into these conversations at will. Okay. So Yeah. I mean, from a video game perspective, this is more or less a replacement of the audio log trope, right? You know, where you find either a diary or a recorded thing. But I'm tapping into some element of this reality that allows me to hear an existing moment at will.
I'm gonna shut you down now, okay? Yeah.
If I walk away... Oh, it's really slow. Oh, and then movement comes back. That is interesting. That is interesting to me. Okay. That door was closed before. I like that. Oh, you found emotes. Well, I've lost you all. Oh. Heart's beating again. Okay. Whoa. Guys. Guys, the robot's gone. That's what that noise was. God, I wish I'd come around the corner. I would have seen it. Okay. It literally ripped itself off of the wall and crawled away. Yeah, I can see the robot emote for Justin. I couldn't see the prior emote. So yeah, I won't see all of them. Do you think you were the one unable to talk back? Interesting, interesting. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, okay. So seeing that robot somehow triggered a memory in me. The character Simon Jarrett triggered Simon's memory of being unable to communicate. So, you know, perhaps I am a robot now, perhaps I was a robot. I mean, Simon's certainly not... Oh, hello. Oh, okay. That's all that is. I can just pick that up. Yeah, that's why it made my heart beat. It made me go, whoa, because it expected that I'd noticed that the bloody robot had gone. Did it go on rails? No, there just is a rail. No, this one's in the way. Okay, so it crawled. It fucking crawled its way out. All right, sure. Cool. No doubt. Here we go. Press R1 and move LS to left or right lean. Okay, so... so this is here. So I can check those corners. Okay. It went that way. Oh, wow. Wow, so all those noises I heard, man. Yeah, if I had been in its way... Perhaps we are all robots? Very good point. Very good question. Because society and robots. Yeah, I'm literally following the horror monster. That's contraindicated in the game's theme, so I'm just going to crawl this way. Okay, so I've been introduced, I presume, to the concept of an enemy. So for people who aren't aware... Oh, that's right, can't go this way. This game is real, full-on horror. In the sense that I can't defend myself at all. Frictional games are responsible for the lovely Amnesia games, which I have watched playthroughs of, and were pretty cool and great. Was this open before? I don't feel like this was open before. And yeah, so this game is just all about running and hiding, basically. I don't defend myself. All I do is avoid the monsters. This is a horror game in the sense of the word that, you know, I'm a fleshy, crappy human, and I have no ability to defend myself whatsoever against horrifying monsters. Which is cool. Which is cool for me. Home is a state of mind. Okay. If anybody missed the really cool Philip K. Dick quote at the start, a huge fan of Philip K. Dick right here. I believe it was, reality is that which, if you stop believing in it, doesn't go away. I'm possibly, you know, unintentionally paraphrasing. Back is back there. Through Jazz's ball over the fence. Okay, no, that's fair. Yep. We'll see you in a moment. What is this? What is this machine? Is it a fridge? What is this? Okay, so... Ugh. Oh my. That's really cool. Uniform? What are you? Comb? Guys, it's the same comb that was in my place. Wait, this might be more space age. It's got like that sort of space age trim. Like you see the, you see it? Hang on. How would I manipulate objects again? There we go. It's the D-pad, yeah. Yeah, look at that. It looks a lot like the comb that I had, right? Yeah. So we have a space age fridge. So we're really pushing the future, or at least, you know. Oh, wow. Dried beef, spinach, rice, they're all in boxes? Alright. To be fair... First, yeah, I mean, to be very fair to this game, it made a huge claim about the brain and the computability of the brain in the time in which it is set, which is 2015. And now we're in a place where, yes, there's a lot of funky looking stuff and there is a design aesthetic which is evocative of the future in our current aesthetic. But, yeah, we genuinely don't know if it is still 2015 because they haven't talked about the other technology, right? You know, this could be 5 years in the future, this could be a month in the future, this could be in the past, who knows? Science fridge for samples, that's true. This is the break room. So I'm guessing fridge. That appears to be an ice dispenser. Labeled Tundra. Well, he still is in a studio apartment. Yeah. Poor Simon. Poor Simon Garrett. Oh, it's a turlet. Let's investigate. Cali air humidifier. Being an Australian, I haven't had a lot of truck with. Okay, I personally think it's very telling that the mirror was broken. Granted, there wasn't a mirror in the previous place. So, it could mean one of two things. The first thing I'm going to guess, which is the first thing I was going for, which is that a broken mirror means that I'm not allowed to see my face because there's something different about my face because, whoa, I'm not me because of the brain, right? Because this is a game about the brain. I'm just going to shut this door because it's monsters. So that's my first thought, right? Like, this is a very intentional move by the storytellers to be like, okay, this place is broken, but also, side note, you don't know who you are, you don't know what you look like. You might not be yourself. However, to be very fair, it is a huge problem in games. Not a huge problem, but it is practically a waste of time to model and animate a full body, face, etc. for the player. If we were to sort of no-clip, if we were to sort of move the camera such that we weren't looking from Simon Jarrett's perspective and we were to look at Simon Jarrett in the game engine, I likely wouldn't exist, right? There's no hands here right now, there's nothing here, I'm just a floating invisible box, basically. For them to have to animate me if I'm never going to see myself, if there's never going to be a reflection, is pointless, which means games that give you that reflection have kind of been a big deal in the past, because it's like, oh cool, you can see yourself. It means they put in that time, and they wanted that narrative moment where you look and you go, yes, it's me. Most games just skip it because they have a lot to do, there's not a lot of point modelling an extra person on top of everything else, particularly when, in a game like this especially, they're pushing for semi-realistic, somewhat stylized, but basically, you know, air quote, realistic people. Munchie looked relatively real. Yeah. Let's haul open this door. So yeah, that could be a sci-fi thing, it could be a... Ugh. Oh wow, look at how high-tech the underside of this toilet is. Good God, that's diesel punk. That is a diesel punk shitter. You are a robot exploring Simon's damaged brain in order to learn where the flaws are. That's a good point. That could be cool. Yeah, it depends. It depends what I end up doing in the game. Crafty mentioning games that want to, Portal can if it's important, absolutely. So Portal's a good example because that's less a reflection and that's more creating portals through which you can see other parts of the room, which will include yourself, yeah. And I remember playing the start of, it might have been the Doom 3 or some the Doom 3, sound like I'm 80, just some octogenarian streamer. I've seen games where I've seen my reflection, but they are few and far between, and I've heard people talk about it, people who know more about the actual art of making video games, and yeah, it's a huge pain in the ass if you don't have to do it. But yeah, as far as I understand it, I'm avoiding monsters, so it would be interesting if Justin's theory is true, because if I'm avoiding the monsters, are they the damaged parts that I'm dodging around, or are they something extra? Maybe a flaw in the system, or... Yeah, it depends what I do. If I was killing things and healing areas, in the way that, for instance, you know, if anybody has played good old Diablo 2 and cleared out that first cave mission, where once you've killed all the monsters, a light shines through and the place is sanctified. You know, if it's like that and I was shooting my way through and cleaning up the brain, yeah, that would be really obvious. But me dodging monsters and going through damaged areas and then perhaps fixing them through mechanical means, perhaps through sort of spatial means and puzzles. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'd be interested to see what the monsters represent in that metaphor. And Natalie, it's also easier to connect to the POV if you don't have any other appearance that is not you. Works if you're always a white man. Works, yeah, exactly. It's true. And this is another reason why there just needs to be more representation in video games. There needs to be more representations in terms of gender, and I'm not just talking about, the binary genders. There needs to be racial representation. There needs to be class representation. There just needs to be more of it. I mean, putting in the so-called everyman, and man is they're not kidding around with that. It is every man. It's just a dude. I can feel like I'm Simon. He's got a voice which does separate it from the silent protagonist trope that has been going on for some time. But yeah, more representation in games, because there are a lot of people on this planet who aren't white men and who won't relate to Simon nearly as much. I do, in the sense that I relate to the character, but I'd like to think I relate to a range of characters, at least emotionally. At least I try to. I try to engage with text. But yeah, other people should have the chance to have that easier in, for sure. Sad about my lack of goatee? Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, if they had to go through the face to get to the brain during the operation, maybe they had to shave off the goatee. You know how surgeons or nurses, or nurses do all the shaving. I have a relative who worked in a hospital and worked as a nurse, and all he did was shave balls. Good time to bring this up in front of the gendered toilet door. Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. You will note that in the future, it is a intersex, multi-sex, pangender. I don't know the linguistics. Anyway, this is an anybody toilet, which is good. Yeah, this is why we need a mirror. I wish the goatee thing was solved. First aid. Burns, fractures, bleeding, recovery position, CPR. Okay, cool. Nobody's going to be here to do that to me. Here we go.
It's working better than expected. They're having a really hard time getting the doors open.
I'll permaseal as many as you can, rather than take any chances.
Roger. Did you cut off the factory floor?
All done? Should keep most of them out. I'm on my way to lock off the comm center.
Just make sure to leave a way out of here.
Trust me, I'll get you to Theta safe and sound. We just need to make sure we leave enough power running so we don't have to return.
I hear that. See you back at camp.
That is interesting. And they put on spooky music after that, so I'm just going to tuck into this corner. Listen for a moment. I did briefly see, I glanced over and saw the ego and id question. That is a good point. Yeah, that could be the sort of thing they're trying to represent. It's a well-worn model of the brain, of psychology. I don't have a hugely high opinion of Freud's psychological theory, but that does not to say that it cannot be explored narratively, and that is not to say that it cannot provide commentary on the way people operate. So that recording, that moment that I tapped into, they were closing the doors, so it was a man and a woman, same woman as before, and they were trying to keep something out. They were perma-sealing doors, which could be the things that I was undoing. Absolutely, I hide in corners. If I've got stuff to talk about, I don't want to be running from monsters. This is an academic experience, as well as a terrifying one. So my guess is, I already guessed that the bot that crawled away is the monster, but it sounds to me like they're trying to keep the bots out because of structure gel. Maybe they want their structure gel. Maybe structure gel is, maybe structure gel is the new blood. Maybe it's the new blood in the future. Sometimes a goatee is just a goatee. A goatee is never just a goatee, Justin MacArthur. A righteous hair tat or hair tag is a symbol. It's a symbol Gotham needs. Okay. Oh, that's where I came from. And this was already a dead end? Okay. Okay, so fairly railroady experience. We've got the area I came from. I'm just going to walk. We've got the break room and the toilet, which I either couldn't get into before or chose not to because I saw a sign saying robots. Okay. So there is no choice but to go the same way that the monster went, and it's crucial to note that the monster actually bashed its way through here. Oh, there are moats in the air. That's pretty. That's pretty and cool. Okay, back to crouching. I could not have got through here if the monster hadn't broken through. So just looking from a narrative experience, we were taken into that room, and it wasn't until that we tapped into that moment that the monster broke through and allowed us to go to the next section. I do not mind that kind of railroading in games. I want it perfectly clear that is a great linear experience because it feels like what I'm doing has an effect. Things are flowing onwards from my actions. It wasn't arbitrary. I mean, the fact that it went through here is lucky for me, but there's a lot of luck involved in the narrative structure, such that the viewer, the player, gets a good story. Very pretty. I do enjoy the detail. Yeah, absolutely. It's an exquisite game. And this is the PS4. If it wasn't obvious from, this is probably a standard PS4 loadout. I am going to go out on a limb and say that well-lit areas are less likely to have monsters. Because these guys are good at horror, which means that, well, it might have jump scares. Maybe the lights will suddenly go out. That's a bit distressing. Look at that. Oh. Did the thing go that way? The splatters... Yeah, okay, the thing went that way. And there were noises that were... They could have just been normal mechanical, but they had a squawk to them. They had a squawk. Okay. Okay. Ah, look at that. Look at that lens flare. Doing Abrams proud. Alright. So, break room tech... Green and blue. I don't get the distinction between green and blue, but everything is that way. I'm going... Service station, storage, robot dock. Alrighty. Nope, 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 run away. Yeah, nope, gotta hang around. Gotta test everything. Are you a talky one? No, see, I don't have the right cursor. Alright. Warning, keep hands clear. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Let me just put my hands in for a sec. Let me just try it. No? Okay, cool. Cool. What if instead we just hang out in the corner and chat about IA some more? Oh, we will. Once we have more data. I need more data. I cannot make bricks without clay. There we go. Here we go, guys. So. My heart's beating, but I don't hear anything moving. I totally called it on the lights, by the way. That was not me remembering something that was going to happen. Okay, can't access that. More reason to run to the corner. Yep. Alright, sweet. Okay, so the game wanted me to be scared. It opened that. Oh, hang on. Hang on a bloody minute. Alright, it was... What was it? It was R1 and tilt? Yeah. Okay. Guys, you will note. Will you note? Is it happening? Yeah, I'm getting a bit of flicker, right? Okay. The game... I'm a bit curious about what just happened. That is interesting. Okay, so there was a flash of light, but it was ill-defined, so I genuinely don't know if it was meant to be coming through that door or hitting that door from the distance. It's over there. Alright, for science. Now this is where we came from, right? And there's the... Where was the hole it crawled into? Or that I think it crawled into? Streaming is hard, time to gauge visual effects. Yeah. Gosh darn it. That's where I came from. So... anyway, alright. There was a flash here, but... I think this is the door I'm meant to go to? I don't know where else I would go. Like, yeah. So these are the doors they've been locking. If they've been locking them behind... No, they can't... yeah. So they must have gone the other way. I'm heading towards what they were first trying to lock up, which is distressing. Okay. Cool. Let me just close this one for you. Alrighty. Sweet. Okay. Let's crawl about. Either there's more chat delay or chat has gone quiet, presumably because of the horror. Yeah, it's spooky. It's a spooky game. Oh, man, this game's gross. That is a light coming on there. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, this is gross. I love it. Oh, that was a person. Oh, damn. There is no head on that body. Man, that is just blood and meat. Wow. Alright, cool. So, this person is intertwined with the tendrils. Presumably they were damaged by them. Is there anything else of note? I mean, I'm just scrambling all over a corpse. Too spooky, many horror, too spooky. Yep. No, that's cool. I am happy to be your to be your guide through this experience. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, is this one of the people that the recording was of? That's a good question. I'm going to walk. Oh, hello. Hey. AI helper Jane. Oh, I put it away. Hang on. I have an inventory? Oh, it's just that. Okay. And then, hang on. So if I press that, do I bring that out? No? I don't get it. How do I use it? How do I use the thing? No! Why would you give me it? Here's your inventory. You can never access it. I'm pressing all the buttons. Just breakdancing here in the middle of a horror game. Can I, at any point... You know what? That's my inventory, but... Yeah, I'm going to look at the poster in a second. Yeah, I don't reckon I'm allowed to use it. I don't reckon... Like, I'm allowed to see it, but I'm not allowed to use it. That's weird. Alright, anyway. Here's a poster. Or a pamphlet. The OmniTool. Hang on, let me... yeah. OmniTool 2.5. The OmniTool is an advanced interface for accessing, managing, and controlling computerized systems. The onboard intelligence, includes an open set of behaviors and protocols to enable the user to automate routine actions through basic logical charts. Over time, the OmniTool will automatically adapt its programs to cover subconscious behavior to optimize work and minimize user error. The OmniTool has a short-range signal useful for basic or automated actions such as opening doors. While performing complex operations, the OmniTool should be physically connected to a workstation or terminal. Okay, so short range. It's a magic wand. It's my sonic screwdriver or tricorder. But I can physically yeah, and there was a plug to connect the OmniTool at a workstation. Right in the first room. Okay, I'm probably meant to go to there and use the OmniTool. To upgrade your device, this was the upgrade thing we saw before as well. Simply slide operators into the main or auxiliary slot. The main slot has a standard C1121 connector, which allows the user to fit most market Cortex chips into the OmniTool. Note that introducing an additional AI will override the onboard intelligence. Okay, so not only does AI exist, but it's in chip form. You can install an AI. That is interesting to me, and I would love to see what the functionality, and if they are willing to talk about it, the science of cognition is behind the AI. So to bring it back to my PhD real quick, the two main forms of cognition that I've been looking at have been symbolic reasoning, which is the GOFAI old school days, back before the AI winter. This was the very early work, the idea that you could put together basically a flowchart of logical steps, and from that would arise intelligence. And expert systems arose from that, and many things have arisen from that, but obviously a sentient machine hasn't. And I don't think it will. I'm not convinced by that as a concept. Connectionism, the neural network stuff that's going on these days, is the new school stuff. I mean, it was sort of propositioned in the old day in a weird kind of way, and it was shot down, and then it's developed a resurgence, and a lot of stuff. I mean, if you've seen Ex Machina, I'm pretty sure that Ava, is that her name? Yeah, brain was based on a sort of neural networking conversation, and based on big data as well. It was the creator, that jerk, played by that really cool actor, was talking about using the internet as a form of data to build an intelligence, basically, or to construct knowledge. So yeah, I'll be interested to see how this goes. Final act. You don't need to use the OmniTool, Simon. You are the OmniTool. The OmniTool wasn't what we needed to find. The real treasure was friendship. The real treasure was the friends we made along the way in this place with black dripping walls and headless corpses. Blah, blah, blah. AI onboard intelligence. Auxiliary slot is a multi-connector fitting a large range of chip models, including but not limited to... Okay. For a minute I thought that said HAL, and I was going to be like, is that a reference to 2001 Space Odyssey? But no, these are just sort of, you know, machine codes to make it sound cool and technological. The real Omni tool was love. Yeah, yeah. I think the real Omni tool was diversity. No, can't interact with that? Okay. Well, okay, so once again, I was meant to come in here, and I was meant to come in here so that I could get my hands on an Omni tool and see this. Yeah, look at this. This is gross. The real question is, do I look like this, right? Because this isn't just a person, right? This is a person in a uniform. The environmental storytelling, once again, is pushing a very sci-fi, techno, fairly futuristic kind of look. I mean, this looks like the, you know, futuristic material. You've got all the straps and weird bits. They don't tell you what they do, but it's meant to make somebody look futuristic. In the same way that in a dystopian, you know, cover yourself in super glue and run through a broom cupboard. Yes, so that's a closed door. There's nothing here of use. No, cool. Presume there's nothing else here to read. There are no collectibles in this game. There's no health or anything like that. So that's good. There were 2 uniforms missing from the uniform rack. That's true. That is true. And not only that, but there were 2 voices in the recordings, a male and a female. Okay, okay, so presuming 6 people, this is one of them dead. Presuming 6 people, this is one of them dead. Okay. Omni tool, this is, I can't look at that closer. That's just the physiological makeup of an Omni tool. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. So just letting you guys know, I'm probably going to go for another 10 minutes. Going to go for another 10 minutes. Then I'll, you know, have a bit of banter and then we'll close it off. Okay. Cool. Cool. Alright. So, I was led here pretty specifically. I was funneled here. I was given spook noises, but then that did not resolve into anything spooky. It just resolved into me entering that area. Oh, hello. Is this just a hiding place? It's meant to hide here, maybe. Okay. So spook noises are picking up again now. I'm getting a bit of the, so it's R1 and lean. R1 and lean. There we go. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, it takes me a while to pick up control schemes, guys. We've got the modern problem of, oh. What? Interactable but not interactable? Oh, okay. Okay. So under other circumstances, this object in the game's UI... Oh, I see. I'm meant to be able to tug on that. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm trapped. The delay for the chat to reach Ryan also adds tension and suspense. We're going to have a he's behind you door moment soon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it's it's good. It's good. I like it. It makes it feel very real. Which is to say, it is an incredibly unreal side effect of this entire process. Okay, so was this the way I came in? This is not the way I... Wait, unless all the lights went... Guys, I'm a bit lost. When I came through... No, I came through the other way. This is new. I went the other way because there was a robot right in front of me, I feel like, last time. Yeah, this is where we need to go. You know, every time Simon goes somewhere, the monster is just leaving. It's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Poor Simon. If only it was easier. If only it was easier to be heteronormative, Western white male. Oh, my heart's beating, guys. That's a bad sign. I wonder if I could literally die through jump scares in this. Well, hilariously, he is in front of me, in the sense that I'm playing Simon Jarrett, but I don't feel like Simon Jarrett. I feel like Simon Jarrett is in front of me. Do you guys get that? I'm just going to ask this. I'm going to pose this question to chat. How do you guys feel about voiced characters in first-person games? Because personally, to me, it breaks the immersion. But by the same token, too many conversations in a first-person game where I'm not actually saying anything and the person is talking to me and supposedly I'm communicating through facial gestures and possibly, you know, some form of sign language, that also breaks immersion. I'd be interested to see what you guys think of that. How you guys feel about such things. Waiting for chat later to catch up. That's fine. Will this hurt me? Not going to find out. There's no health bar. I know there's no health pickups, but, you know, I don't want to... Wow. Okay, so there's environmental noise, guys. If I walk across a grate, it's no bueno. So... Guys, I've mastered the lean. Lean master! Alright. Okay. Now, this game has taught me... This game has already taught me that it requires a lit thing for me to interact with it, so I don't think I can actually use that. However, I'm going to go down there. A game like this to have the characters speak because you're really not in complete control. Yeah, that's actually fair. Oh, I'm glad I came down here. Guys, check it out. I'm not allowed to crouch. I can jump. And I meant to hold access denied. Okay, alright. Helper Jane does not have access. Okay. So this is probably where we need to go. And if I walk away, I put away the Omni tool. Okay, cool. Yeah, so my problem with the inventory before is I'm used to, if there's an inventory, you can then select things in the inventory and then bring them up. I wasn't aware that it was contextual at the time. Now that they are, that's actually perfectly fine, because I don't need more buttons to press, right? I don't want to be dicking around with extra stuff in a game where I'm meant to be running and hiding. Yeah, Omni tool. I tooled it up. Tooled it up for real. We might go past... You know what? Let's actually go a little bit past the set time. I'd like to make a bit more progress if possible. So if in the next 6 minutes, if I can actually solve this problem, that would be... Oh, you know what? Okay. I've been given an Omni tool. I've been shown an Omni tool dock. I've been shown a place to use the Omni tool. Guys, we have to go back. How Omni cruel. Justin. You know, we are friends. In a very technical sense, we're friends. Go back to the first poster, it said there was a way to upgrade the Omni tool that might get you through the door. Yep. I am 100% on board. This is cool because, like, we both get to be commentators on what I'm meant to be doing. There's the robot from the other... No, that's right, I go through here. Yeah, except we have the twin perspective of me doing it in real time, you commentating in your real time, and then I've done it, and then you say it, and we're both right. It's cool. Once opinions diverge on what's going to happen, that's when it's going to get interesting. When I've already chosen option B, and you're espousing the benefits of option A. Yeah, my spatial reasoning was jacked there. I did not realise I was where I was. The Pekang noises continue. Yeah, so our progress, our aim is to activate Omni tool on door. R1, lean. Okay. Looks clear, guys, looks clear. I think I remember the run command. I think it was L2. So that's the robo room where it burst through. There's the... Where's us? No, this is the... Yeah, that's mess hall. That's a dead end. Oh, here's us. Yeah. Broken window. Cool. Let me cruise around here. I feel safe. Let's do the thing. Hold it down. Press X. No? Do I not? Guys? Oh, okay. I wasn't meant to hold it down, I was just meant to press it. Do you usually listen to music with games that are mostly without dialogue like this? Depends on the game. Depends on the game.
Pilot seat activated.
Pilot seat activated. Okay. Pilot seat activated. Does pilot seat mean this screen? The ability to... That's a really weird turn of phrase there. Yeah, so to respond to Nat, I have listened to music alongside games in the past, but typically when the game hasn't had very good music itself, or it was a game where the narrative wasn't important and it was more about me enacting something physically. So I used to play, I had a game, Montezuma's Revenge. I honestly don't even know if I had the full version or if it was just shareware, but I used to listen to that along with all of my old Rage Against the Machine MP3s, so I would get that playing on... I don't even remember the name of the music player, that's how old I am. But yeah, I have strong memories of playing certain games along to music, but games like this, absolutely not. I want the full immersion, plus there are a lot of oral cues in this game letting me know that stuff is meant to be happening, or I think stuff is meant to be happening, and I want to respond when the game wants me to respond, so yeah. Oh, there we go. System status. Okay. Guys, we've solved it. The year is 2103. Okay, so anybody who had money on future, yep, 0509, so it's either the 5th of September or the 9th of May. Upsilon, #718, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're on Pathos 2, but this also says Upsilon, so that could mean different things. It could mean location things. It could mean, like, I don't know, network things. Run setup, warning, remote access denied, warning, servers offline, warning, main power suspended. Initiate WoW setup. A1, blah, 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 program unreliable, denied, emergency systems, 13 days remaining. Okay, so, yeah, emergency system, 13 days remaining. So does that mean that, did you just hear footsteps? Could have sworn I just heard footsteps. Okay, full disclosure, I don't know if this is the sort of game where you can get jumped while you're using this sort of thing. Pathos is a really telling name. Yeah. So glad I put my money on time-traveling brain robots. Always bet on time-traveling brain robots. Yeah. Yep. Well, the signaling was pretty big in that direction. I would have been okay with different signaling. Oh, not different signaling, but a different result. But yeah, it's the smart play. God damn these controls. Okay, so 13 days remaining. So provided we didn't come in here on day 13, we have a bit of time to survive, presuming we still require oxygen. Who knows? It's the future, and we haven't been awake. We haven't even been aware. It was literally split second, which says a lot about what just happened. But yeah, it's 2103. Okay, back. 3 progress, blah, blah, blah. 2104. Wait, what? Oh, is that the time? Yeah, okay. Might not be that far into the future. That could be the time. Upsilon, blah, 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 Theta Cache, Graphs, Legacy, Unfold, Sub, Simon Jarrett, there's my name, Terminal Scan, David Munchie, Toronto, lot of code operation unavailable, something else complete. Okay, so something happened with the scan here. So, obvious guess is that we're in a robot, right? We're in a robot that moves pretty well, I have to say. We've so far been given pretty reasonable human signaling in the sense that the controls have been the same, including the jumping from when we were back in Canada. But the person we saw, all damaged. Yes, we did see blood, but what we did see was a lot of covered limbs. So we might be in a cyborg scenario. So it could be that, much like the Omni tool, there has been an AI rewrite. So I was one of the crew, but now I'm Simon Jarrett. However, why would they have in this terminal available to them in an emergency scenario where they've got 13 days to live, a scan of an old Canadian's, of a dying Canadian's brain? So yeah, a lot of unanswered questions here, but very cool. Omni tool, managed tool chip. Welcome back, Louise Miron. Okay, so let's go out on a limb and say it's Louise's Miron's Omni tool. Upsilon, okay, so this could be a rank, this could be an area thing, this could, be a system thing. Omni-tool's in perfect condition, not fitted with a tool chip. Without your tool chip, unavailable. Cross-site security, okay. Insert a tool chip and run a tool chip not inserted. Okay. Do we need to find a tool chip? Your Omni-tool is in perfect condition, not fitted with a custom Cortex chip. Currently be serviced by the default onboard. Okay, Helper Jane. So that's the IA that they're talking about. Okay. We have yet to interact with Helper Jane. Okay, that's interesting. To go so far as to personify it with a name and a gender, and the gender thing is really important, and that is a big thing to talk about in AI, in both in sci-fi and in real tech. But yeah, we haven't interacted with that, so that's gesturing towards something, but without. Because they could have just said onboard system, right? They didn't have to give it a name because we haven't spoken to it. Yeah, so there is obviously a current, well, I say obviously, there's a problem with gendering when it comes to AI, when it comes to robots, because in sci-fi there has traditionally been a servile role placed upon robots, androids and AI, and there has been a lot of gendering towards women and towards servile women in those roles, and that there's also been a lot of robots built that have been anthropomorphized as female that are in servile positions, and this is bad because we're aligning a servile creature that is intelligent and aware and can respond to our needs, but is absolutely, you know, in the slave position, I guess. Certainly not a collaborator, certainly not an equal, and certainly not capable of making its own choices. So, and also, why gender it at all, right? Why do you need to gender it? Yeah, it can build some familiarity, but yeah. I mean, maybe gender. I don't actually know. I don't actually know whether gendering and anthropomorphizing is a good idea in this context. I'm not going to say it doesn't provide some feedback from people that could be positive in some situations, but whether long term it's a good idea, I genuinely think the jury's out. I think there's too many people doing it unthinkingly without thinking of the consequences. And this game upholds that. It's got Helper Jane, you know. Yeah. So this is an example of that. Building current misogyny in future tech. Yeah. She's the female voice. That's an excellent question. Excellent. Well, okay. She sounded very active. She didn't sound passive. So the name Helper Jane has a passive tone. That character had a very active tone. Marketing studies show people like female GPZs. Okay, yeah, sure. I believe it. Unlock. Oh, the physical toolbox. Yes. Hang on. I'm gonna do orientation first. GPS voice is better. Yeah. Gender as a familiar lens through which to view AI. AI generally seen as hardened, therefore softened, using femininity, not defending. Yep, no, absolutely. I think that is... It could very well be the motive for that sort of action. Yeah. And I guess that's it. These are people who are doing what feels obvious and what feels right in the moment without thinking about and without necessarily knowing the implications of their actions. And this is what I hope to correct and hope to get into correcting, right? I'm not the only one doing it. I'm not going to fix everything, but this is something I'm very interested in combating, is just these unthinking steps that are taken towards you know, gendering of AI. I mean, you know, yeah, I think more thought needs to go into it, more studies should be done, more theory needs to be analysed. To just do it offhand and call it good is thoughtless and has consequences that are unforeseen, and it is on them. It is on the people who made that mistake. But if they didn't know, well, you know, that's tricky. But then it is on people who do know to maybe try and, yeah, educate them. Attempting framing as non-threatening. Yeah.
I know they told you that field technicians would get full access throughout Pathos 2. I'm here to tell you that's not going to happen. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to get in your way. We need you guys to keep this place up and running, but there needs to be at least some level of security on these things. I don't want to hear you barged into some quarantined area at Omicron and just knocked out the whole place with some virus, or whatever the hell they're doing over there. This is what you can do. You'll be able to use it to open doors, basically all of them. If you can't, there's something wrong or someone didn't want you in there. Then what do? You shove that Omnitool into a terminal and see if you can't get around it somehow. I mean, you're an engineer for crying out loud. What else? Take care of your gear. Don't be an asshole. That's about it, really. My name is John Strohmeyer, Pathos 2 security operative. I got an office at Theta. Come see me if you got any issues you can't handle yourself. Good luck.
Okay. History of objectifying women is the transition. Yep, Nat, you're not wrong. You are not wrong, and this is why people make these steps without thinking. Concerning if this is still how gender is discussed in 2104, yeah, absolutely. And this is, again, it's sci-fi has the ability to project into the future in really interesting ways, and so it's very telling when they take the old baggage along with them. And certainly in this day and age, if you're not interrogating those things, I think you're on the wrong side of history, basically. Yeah. So that orientation. So we're holding the Omnitool of an engineer. I wonder if that orientation was given out to a bunch of engineers, specifically Lauren, the engineer whose Omnitool I'm using, or if all people are engineers and they're just working on different things. So I'll just run the orientation video again. And it's interesting how tropey this guy is, right? Like he's your standard hard-ass security dude in charge of the rough station. hierarchy. Okay. Service engineer, technical technician, overseer. Okay, okay. So there's a lot of work being done here that has an engineering aspect. Upsilon, Theta, Omicron, Lambda, Tau, Delta, Phi. So Pathos 2 is... Okay, so we're right at the edge. We're an Upsilon. Okay, so Upsilon is...
You'll be able to use it to open doors. Basically all of them.
Yeah.
If you can't, there's something wrong or someone didn't want you in there.
Oh. Yeah, just keep talking, that's fine.
You shove that Omni tool into a terminal and see if you can't get around it somehow. I mean, sometimes you'll need to get into places where you don't belong. Just find a way. You're an engineer for crying out loud.
Dude,
What
shut
else?
up. Oh, whatever.
Take care of your gear. Don't be an asshole.
Oh, it went in the top.
That's
Okay.
about it, really. My name is John
Shit,
Strohmeyer.
shit, shut up,
Pesos
shut up.
Security operative. I got an office at Theta. Come see me if you got any issues you can't handle
No.
yourself.
Ah, I wish I'd done that before. I missed out on the robot voice. No. Helper Jane spoke to us, guys. It was the voice of Helper Jane. Can I have my tool back? Alright, let me manage to... Okay. Okay. Sorry, not Lauren. Louise. Louise Muron. Guys, is that meant to be Neuron? Is it meant to be Neuron, guys? Damn. Perfect condition, fitted with a tool chip. Oh, update. Update required. Man. If you have to update the drivers on something in a video game...
Security cipher. Updated.
Then it's a realistic video game. Yeah. Well done, guys. Well done. Okay, cool. Please remove Omnitool. Okay. Oh, really? I don't get to check the other thing? Well, okay. To be fair, I didn't put in a Cortex chip. Can I put it back in? Is it possible? Wow, hard locked. Okay. Alright, guys. Let's see if we can't get through this door. Well, you know what? We've gone over the hour and a half. I think that's about enough time. And I'd like to think that it would have auto-saved after I just did that. So let's go to the options. Let's hit save and exit. Yes. Alright, so us progressing and getting through that next door, possibly seeing a monster along the way, will be the very tense beginnings of the next episode. Yeah, so I would like to know what you guys thought of the stream. I'd like to get any immediate feedback if I could. Audio levels, tech details, or, you know, was I prattling too much about stuff? Should I push forward with the game more? Should I prattle more? Yeah, over this incredibly spooky music, I'd love to just get a bit of feedback, and then we can just close it out. Personally, I think this game has a really strong start. Just to state my own thoughts on it, I think, yeah, I'm really hooked in by that narrative intro. I think shifting us into this space is really cool. It's a shame we didn't get to see more, but there's just so much I want to talk about, and this is the whole point of this stream. I mean, I'm going to be looking back on this stream to for my own research, basically. This is a research artifact. This counts as research for me, which is awesome. I liked it, likes the prattle. Thank you. Happy to keep going. Solid first step. Still getting a sense of how many paragraphs I can write in chat. Prattle, all you want. This was tops. Yeah. The length of the chat window, I genuinely don't know what that is. It might depend on what you're using as well. If you're using it on the mobile, it might be different than if you're using it on, say, a laptop. I've got no idea, unfortunately. I haven't engaged with a lot of Twitch chat myself. Yeah, I'm glad you guys have enjoyed what I've been... Well, I've got 2 likes. I might get shouted down by the others. I doubt it. Yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of these episodes, particularly because, we're only a little bit into the game and there's a lot to talk about, but we don't know how many talks about consciousness are going to happen later. There's a lot of frontlining of this information. Cool. Yeah, excellent. I'm happy to provide the discussion. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it, Nat. And yeah, well, Justin, you know a ridiculous amount about philosophy, so yeah, it's never going to fit in a Twitch chat window. So frankly, you shouldn't even try. I think you should just quit. If you want, I can dig you the hole. You can line it, and then we'll get a third person to fill it in. Yeah. Yeah. So cool. Well, same time next week, guys. I hope to make this a weekly thing, Monday nights. Yeah. I mean, we've gone for an hour and 42. It'll probably go to 43, 45 minutes. That's fine. They're going to be chunky videos on YouTube. I have yet to figure out if I'm going to be cutting up the videos myself. a big viewership on YouTube. If the archive is just me looking through this to find out what I said in the moment, then, you know, then hour and a half videos are probably just dandy. Yeah, so thanks guys. I will catch y'all later.